How's it going, guys? I recently played in the Bandai Evolution Cup for the Digimon TCG, and I placed 19th, which is pretty good. I wanted to get top 8 or a bit higher, but 19th is pretty good, it's not bad. This video is going to be a deck profile on my AncientGarurumon deck that I used. If you guys want to see more Digimon content from this channel, let me know. I'm going to start with the deck profile, and then I'll go over my tournament experience and how that went if you guys are more interested in that. Thanks for watching. Okay, so here's the deck itself. For the babies, I play 4 Upamon and 1 Bukamon. I personally like just playing 5 babies, because that's how I like to play. Bukamon does put in work, sometimes it's good to just get rid of resources. Upamon is the one you really want to see. For the rookies, I play 4 Stravumon. I absolutely hate Stravumon, but you sort of have to play him because this is a hybrid deck. Stravumon sucks because he can't pick up AncientGarurumon, but you have to play him because he can get summoned off AncientGarurumon and he can pick up the tamers which you need, plus your Lowamons, Beowulf, and all the stuff. So although I don't like him as a card, you just have to play it. I play 3 Elecmons because I do think it's important to play some 2-cost rookies. 3 is a good number for me because I also played 3 Gabumon. Gabumon is just great, one of my favorite Digimon, just a great card, you know, cycles itself, can be great when summoned off of Metal Garurumon, and just really solid overall. The final rookie that I play is Gomamon. Gomamon is fantastic. This is the on-deletion gain of memory. It's really good because that extra memory goes a long way. He's just a good card, honestly. A lot of times it's just like, hey, you have a blocker with Gomamon under it. If my opponent would like swing, I would block, gain a memory. If I have Davis, I go to 3. It's honestly really good. But the biggest reason why I play him is because of the AncientGarurumon with the Lobomon, which we'll talk about in a bit. So if you go Gomamon into Lobomon into AncientGarurumon for 3 memory basically, at the end of turn, the Ancient will destroy itself and proc the Gomamon gain 1 memory. Now, if you are at 1 memory, or if your opponent has 1 memory after that, you gain a memory, meaning you go to 0, and it is still your turn. What that means is that if you have 4 memory at the start of your turn because you have a little mat or like a hammer spark, you can go Gomamon, Lobomon, AncientGarurumon, that's 3 memory, swing twice, then you'll go Tamer into the other Lobomon for 2, your opponent goes to 1, AncientGarurumon dies, you get the memory back, it's still your turn, and you can attack with Lobomon. So I don't know where you can get basically 3 swings. That's why I play the Gomamon, super solid. For the champions, we have the 4 Promo Lobomon. This is basically the reason why the deck works. Both to cheat it out when Digivolved, but also the Inheritable to make it cheaper to go into Ancient. Just really strong card. People sort of sleeping on it. The fact you can go from a rookie into a level 6 and get multiple swings is fantastic. Just really strong. I just can't imagine you not playing 4 of these basically, so definitely play 4 of it. I only played 3 of the other Lobomon because I need space in my champions. But honestly, you kind of just hold on to it till you need it for the kill. He can get Summon of Ancient, picked up by Stravi, and obviously Summon of Tamers, so he's just great. I played 3 Grizzlymons because I still want to play blockers, even if we're an aggressive deck. Having blockers is just crucial to Digimon, and it's just how I like to play, so I still play at least 3 Grizzlies. And then I made room for 2 Gorillas, just because it's still nice to have the 1 cost. Sometimes you want to just turbo into your level 6, because level 6 is very strong, and Gorilla is kind of nice for that. Plus 6k, he goes over the 5k blockers, which is why I like him over the fish. Now, my level 5s are the ones that are most replaceable or flexible, I would say. If you want to play a deck like this, definitely, you know, experiment and see what you like for level 5s. I like my level 5s a lot, but I only played 2 of all of them. So we played 2 Beowulf, 2 Garurumon, 2 Gaugamon, and then 2 Bastamon. Usually I like to play 4 and 4 in decks, but the way this just ended out, I like all 4 of them. I wanted to run all 4 of them, and I figured running 2 of each was the way to go. Beowulf is great because, you know, he's a hybrid, he swings with jamming, can be attacked. He's the best one to get resuspended or unsuspended by the AncientGarurumon. But sometimes you're just Digivolving over it to go into the Ancient because you need to use Digivolve, and then Beowulf gives you nothing there, so Garurumon can still be restood by Ancient because he's a Garurumon. And then Skill Attack +1 sometimes just wins games. If this swings twice with Skill Attack +1, does 4 damage, it's just too much. Gaugamon, honestly, easily the MVP of the deck. He can bounce a level 4, level 3. This is my best answer to the Chumon, Gasimon, and Terriermon. Without it, those cards just like bully us really bad. So I like being able to go, You know, you have 3 because of Davis, going to Mac, you bounce their guy, then you can unload all the hammer sparks you're holding on to. Or sometimes it's just good because you want to bounce a blocker so you can go for game. And the Inheritable is fantastic. Make an Ancient 15 lets you swing over Chaos Mons, and in the green and yellow matchup means that you can swing at security and you won't die to anything. And making Metal 13 is also really nice. So absolutely love Mac Agumon. He's got sunglasses, cool Digimon. If you're not playing him, try him out, he's awesome. I still do play Bastimon because, again, like with the Gorilla, sometimes you just want to have the cheap evil cost, so 2 Bastimon was fine for me. Now, for the level 6s, AncientGarurumon is the star of the show, so I run 4 of him. He's what the deck is based around. Now, people focus on summoning it for free off of the Lobomon. For free, I mean, you know, jumping from Lobomon to him, which is definitely very, very strong, and you do that a lot, and it's game winning, but sometimes you just Digivolve to him naturally. With the Lobomon, it can cost 3, but sometimes you just have to pay 5, and it's fine. He's such a strong level 6, being able to swing twice, restand other bodies, and then on the leash on summoning more bodies. Just a very, very strong card. Absolutely fantastic, and you know, he's the star of the deck. For my level 6, I play 2 Metal Garurumons. I still like him a lot since, you know, BT1, when we first got the game, he can swing, summon dudes under him. He's like a Garurumon, so he can be restewed by Metal, Ancient. So one play that I like a lot is like Metal swings, summons the rookie, and then next turn if your opponent can't handle it, if they couldn't answer the 11, you can go, you know, rookie, Lobomon, Ancient. Metal can swing, Ancient swings, restands both. Very, very strong. I'm just a fan of him in general. He's just a great Digimon, and he does work with the deck. Sometimes you need to Digivolve your Lobomon into level 5, level 6, and then Metal can summon the Lobomon so you can rebuild the chain to go into the Ancient. I do play 1 Omnimon because, you know, we're a blue deck, and Omnimon's a great card. Now, Ancient is a good enough boss monster that a lot of times you don't need to go Ancient into Omnimon. That said though, it's still such a powerful effect that I still want it at least as a one-off. It's just nice to have, being able to, you know, clear a body, swing twice, get a level 6 back. I mean, he's Omnimon, right? He's just too good. I do like him. Only as a one-off in this deck though, because their level 6 is strong enough. Then I do play 4 Hammer Sparks, of course, because we're blue. It's our best defensive card in security, and it lets me extend to make plays. You know, sometimes you just need extra memory. That completely changes the game, especially because, you know, with 1 extra memory, we can, like, as I say, you know, get that extra Lobomon from the Tamer or Lobomon into Ancient. It's just too good, right? And I also play 1 Kakaidos as our other defensive option. I think it only came up in security like once, maybe twice the entire day. But when it does, it's pretty game winning. And from hand, it's not awful to play. You could definitely try and fit a second one in it if you want. You could play as like over a second one instead of Omnimon, something like that. But as a one-off, it worked for me. If you like end up with 2 hits in hand, it'll just be Clunk City. I like the one-off. It's good when you have it. It could still be hidden in security. I'm just a fan of it as a one-off. And then for my Tamers, I play Double Davis. The deck kind of functions with 3 memories, so you need the Davis. Davis is really good. A lot of people play more. You can play 3 or 4 Davis if you want. But once you play the first Davis, I don't really want to play any more Davis after that. So I play 2 of the little mats. This one is great because a lot of times people just have Digimon with no sources. So being able to go Davis, Matt puts you to 4 memory, which is massive. And, you know, once you have the Davis, playing Matt only costs 2. Sometimes it's nice to have a card that just costs 2 to memory choke your opponent or use your memory efficiently. And I think of it as like I play Matt for 2. It's almost like you're playing a rookie because this is what becomes the Lobomon later on. So that's the deck. It's pretty solid. I do recommend it if you guys haven't played a deck like this. There's definitely a lot of ways you could build it, but this is what I like personally, and it's been working well for me. Not just in the Evolution Cup, but also in locals. I've topped, you know, a couple times. So yeah, there it is, 19th place, Evo Cup. Hope you guys enjoyed. Alright, so the tournament had the full capacity. I think it was 256 players. We had 8 rounds. In my first round, I played against Yellow. I feel pretty confident in the Yellow matchup. Not to say that it's free, because it is Yellow, you can always lose to it, but the Yellow deck, they hurt themselves. And then it's for the deck, my deck, to get a bunch of extra attacks, just having like a rookie, Lobomon, things like that. So, I don't know, I know the matchup well. It's the one that I probably practiced the most, and I did pretty well in it. Second round, I played against another Yellow, sort of same thing. Third round was against a Dan Devimon. It's one of the matches where the Mac Agumon is fantastic, and Bookman also puts in work. Fourth match was against Imperial Blue, Now, this match can be a bit tough because it's kind of like a race. We're just both fast, aggressive decks. My opponent wasn't really able to get a full Imperial Chain, and I kind of just beat him in the race. It's how you could say that one. Now, after that was 4-0. My next match was my first loss. I played against the green opponent, and he just had the most disgusting opening hand that you possibly can have both games with Green OTK. For example, our game 2, I remember very clearly, was I go first because I lost game 1. I go Hatch, Upamon, go into Garurumon, play Davis, put him at 4, right? I'm like, it's a pretty good opener. I feel like I'm pretty good for the game. He goes like Hatch, Digivolve, 1 cost, Champion, 3 cost to go into Blossom or whatever, and then play a Rookie. Then back to me, I'm at 3. He's got a Rookie and a level 5 in Hatch. So I'm like, okay, spend 2 to go into Champion, and then 2 to go into Bastamon, put him at 1. I'm like, okay, I'll just memory choke him. I have a level 5. I have my Davis. Like, I'm good, right? He goes Hit Potential, rest the Rookie, go into Grand Kuwaga, Digiburst, lifts to security, KOs Mon, swipes over my level 5. I have no security. He's got 2 dudes. GG. And game 1 was pretty similar to that too. Both times he had in the opening hand perfect chain from level 3 to level 7 with hidden potential both games. And game 1 he had Terramon, so my hammer strikes the new thing. Game 2 security did not check the Grand Kuwaga, so I was a bit salty on that loss because I feel like I didn't get to play the game. It's not like I was outplayed, I just like didn't get to play. But it happens. After that I played against, I want to say it was a security control deck, the red and yellow. And I also do well in that matchup. It's not too bad for me because my dudes can replace themselves, like Garurumon draws a card, Stravimon draws a card, Metal Swing summons something, Ancient swings twice, he dies, he summons something. And you can also just hide your dudes behind the Tamers, for Lowamon. So I do well in that matchup, and I think I 2-0'd him. After that, I had my second loss. I played against another green opponent. Now this game, I did have a couple mistakes or plays I could have done better, and it's the one game that I don't mind losing. I could have played better, and I should have. This was more of a control green though. He had like Nidhogg, Ceresmon, and I even saw a bunch of Stingmon. It was close though. I lost 2-1. And then the last round, if I'm not mistaken, was against some sort of black deck. I didn't see like too much of his deck, but he did have like a Blitz Greymon, a Chris Garurumon. One round he almost won with a Blackrock Greymon attacking 3 times, but I had a Hammer Spark to save me. Overall, it was a pretty good tournament. I usually play just like at the locals, and I'm glad that I played in the Evolution Cup. It was fun, and I did do well, so I'll probably enter more in the future. Again, although I don't usually put a lot of Digimon content in this channel, I do play the game a lot. I absolutely love it. So if you guys want to see more of that, let me know, and I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Thank you for watching.